Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miki, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a South African citizen that is currently living and teaching English in South Korea. In this video, I'll be sharing a few of my experiences that I find unpleasant about living in South Korea. So if that's something that you're interested in, then please stay tuned for the rest of this video. So guys, the first thing that I don't like about living in South Korea is this recycling culture here in South Korea. So basically, if you guys did not know, here you don't just throw away your trash, or your garbage, whatever you call it. Um, Basically, the dirt or the trash that you accumulate in your household throughout the week or the day, whatever the case is, you can't just take that to a bin and throw it away. You have to separate your trash in different plastic bags, right? So for example, this plastic bag will be for paper. This is where you put your paper. Here, this is where you put your plastic. Here, this is your general waste and things like that, right? And as someone who comes from a country where that is not required of me, I found it to be a very inconvenient experience because, like I said, back home I just throw away dirt without thinking about it. And here, the fact that I have to think about it, it's not nice. It's gotten to a point where I only throw away my garbage like maybe once a week, because I actually have to sit down and consciously put aside the paper, the general waste, and all of that. So yeah, I find that to be very unpleasant. I wish I could just throw away my trash whenever without thinking about it. I think you get fined if you don't put your trash in how you're supposed to separate it. They fine you like a certain fee or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I hear, and I would not like to test out that theory to confirm how much they fine you. So I do that. Yeah, that's something that I don't like. And with the trash situation as well, I also don't like how you have to pay to throw away food. So you know how, for example, sometimes maybe if you've got food that's gotten rotten in the fridge, or maybe um, any food waste that you just want to throw away, um, you have to pay to throw that away. So basically, how it works here at my apartment complex, I have to buy like a bucket. It's like a 5 liter bucket, and whenever maybe I've got food to throw away, I'll throw it away in that. I'll put it in that 5 liter bucket, and then I have to go to the store to buy stickers to put on that bucket, and then I take that bucket and I put it outside for my landlord to take or the cleaner to take. I'm not sure who takes care of that, right? But when I go and buy the sticker, like they charge me for the sticker, and it's not a lot of money. I think it's like 5 rand, right? But to me, the fact that I have to pay 5 rand every time I've got food to throw away, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why am I paying to buy food and I'm paying to throw away food? Like, I don't like that. The second thing that I don't like is how everyone in Korea just spits, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, Korean people love to spit, and it's not the type of spit where maybe you're walking in public and someone will just like have, like, that's like a small spit, like getting something out of your mouth or something like that. It's one of those spits where you can tell that someone is sucking out the mucus from their throat, like I won't make the sound, but you guys get what I mean. Like, they will they will they will suck out that mucus from within, and they will make the loudest noise, and then they'll spit it out. And I realized here that it's something that's very normal because, for example, if I'm sitting at the bus station and I'm waiting for the bus, and then someone will just come and like they spit and they do that whole sound thingy mabob. When I first came here, my initial reaction would be to look at the person like, like, ew, like, why would you do that in front of us? Like, go and spit over there, like, in private. You don't have to be doing all that around us. Like, I would look at them, like, stop it, type of thing. And the people that I'm sitting next to, like, they just don't care. They just on their phones. So I got I quickly understood that it's something that's very normal here. And just like how when you're walking, maybe out and about, people are just walking and then there's someone there making a sound, spitting. There's another one spitting there. There's another one spitting there. Like, it is disgusting. It is disgusting. But to be honest, I think I'm getting used to it now. I don't look at people when they spit anymore and try to make them feel uncomfortable or whatever, because I've realized that it's a normal thing here. Another thing that I don't like is the work culture here in Korea. So, in case you guys did not know, if you're going to be teaching at a private school, like how I am, right, you only get 5 days off in summer and 5 days off in winter, right, as a teacher. Those are the days that you are entitled to legally to be off from work, right? Now, that is very different to teachers in South Africa. In South Africa, teachers get December off, a bit of January as well. They'll get like October, September holidays, July holidays, March holidays, like those holidays, teachers stay for a minimum of a week at home, right? So just thinking about those holidays alone, teachers in South Africa get to stay at home for like four weeks, because of those small holidays, like minimum, because in December they have a longer time to stay at home or whatever. But here, that is not the case. And um, sometimes, you'll hear horror stories about how directors here, like principals, the owners of the schools, they just don't want to give people their days off because they want them to come to work. They want them to work all year round. There are schools that actually make that a problem, where they don't want you to stay home. They don't want to give you the holidays that you are entitled to. 5 days off of work, they can't give you that. I don't know how it is for other people in other industries. Maybe this is normal back home for doctors and accountants, or other people in other different industries, but just based off of that alone, like how much they demand us to be at work and all of that, yeah, something that's very different for me. And also, at my school, I am entitled to that 5 days off in summer and 5 days off in winter, but the Korean teachers at my school, they are not entitled to that. They work all year round. They work with no breaks, no nothing, so I kind of feel sorry for them. And also, they work more, right? I am the only foreign teacher at my school, and I get in at work the latest and I leave the earliest. When I get to work, the teachers are already at school. When I leave and I go home, they are still at school. I leave work at 9 p.m. and they leave work at 11 p.m., right? So they are working throughout that entire time. No, they do get breaks in between, but like they don't get breaks to like like the holidays that I'm talking about, the 5 days off vacation. They don't get that. The only thing that they're entitled to are public holidays. And sometimes, if for example you're working at a private school and your boss just decides that, oh, they want you at work on that public holiday or whatever, then they want you at work. Obviously you can contest that, because with most contracts you're not supposed to work on public holidays. But like, if you're someone that's quiet and you're not gonna like do something about that, you will end up working on a public holiday. Some bosses take advantage of their workers. So yeah, I don't like that. And speaking of the work culture as well, I don't like how hard and how much the students here study. So like I told you guys, I work in the evening, right? And my students come to me in the evening because I start work at 3 p.m. till 9. So basically they go to school during the day, like they wake up in the morning and they go to school, and then they come to my academy in the evening, and my school closes at 11 p.m. The Korean teachers are at school until 11 p.m. and they are there for a reason. They're at school until 11 p.m. because there are students at school until 11 p.m. And to me, that is just like, it's crazy. I could never, I feel like children deserve free time to be outside and playing and all of that. Life isn't all about school and studying. So I feel sorry for them. And sometimes most of them will be like sleepy in my classroom. It's sad, man. Like, it's sad. I don't like that. And also, I think, I didn't mention this, but like the working hours here that they have, for example, I've noticed that they work longer shifts than how people back home have, right? There are jobs here where people will be working like for 12 hours and things like that, and for them it's normal. And I was just thinking to myself the other day that I think it's because they are prepped from a very young age. For example, as a child, if you leave your home at 8 and you are at home at 11 p.m., right? It means that you've been at school the entire day. Obviously, there is a break in between because they'll get a break like from their day school, then they'll go home, and then they go to evening school like Hagwans and all of that. There is a break there in between, but the fact that you're going home at 11 p.m. is a problem to me, you know. But anyway, going back to the story of like, they are used to that like from a very young age, you know, like getting home late at night. So for them, the working hours, it's okay, you know, to work those long hours because they've been prepped from a very young age, I guess, you know. But yeah, I don't like the work culture here. People here just work a lot. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just people work a lot. It's in the air. It's in the air. People work. And also, okay, this is not a bad thing, but I like how in Korea there is no unemployment. Okay, when I say no unemployment, I mean there's like very little, you know, like it's not a large amount of people that are unemployed, you know. People in Korea have jobs, and I like that. Um, I was googling that the unemployment rate here in South Korea is like two point something percent or something like that. And when I read that statistic online, I was like, I believe this, you know, because I feel it in the air. Like, I feel it in the atmosphere that people here work, you know. People don't go without jobs and all of that. And yeah, that's something that I like. And it's made me realize that unemployment is not a characteristic of a functioning, like a well functioning society, I guess, you know, because back home, unemployment has been so normalized that you think that this is how things are supposed to be, you know, that it's okay to not have a job for 2 years and all of that. And to be honest, it's not okay. So yeah, that's something that I like, although I have drifted off topic a bit. That's something that I like about Korea, that people have jobs. But now the extent or the amount of work that they do and the hours they put in, it's not something that I am a fan of. Another thing that I don't like is here in Korea, I don't feel like a sense of community, right? And I'm saying maybe I'm supposed to feel that way because this is not like, how can I say this? Like, this is not my home, you know. I'll always be the outsider, if I may say, right? But even though I do have that understanding that maybe I'll never fit in 100%, I've just seen that even with Korean people, for example, I don't feel like they have a sense of community like how we do back home. Um, I don't have any examples to give you like why I feel that way. I think some things are just like an energy that I can't describe, you know, where I just feel like it's a very individualistic society, if I may say. Like, there's just no unitedness like amongst the people. This is something maybe that is personal to me only, but it just feels so cold. Like, they feel so cold. And I back home, even back home, there people do live like individual lives and all of that. Like, there is an individualistic culture back home as well. But I feel like back home we still do have that thing of Ubuntu, and all of that, you know, that's there. It's underneath the surface somewhere. And here I don't feel it. And like I said, maybe it's because I'm a foreigner, so I will never fit in here like 100%. I'm trying to think of an example that I can give you guys, but I can't think of anything right now. Like, I just can't, because I feel like a part of me, maybe the examples that I would give, it would speak to me being a foreigner. So maybe that's why I don't feel included in those things, right? But I just, okay, I don't know, guys. I don't know how to explain this. It's just something that I feel within me. I just don't feel like there's a sense of community amongst Korean people. Even them, like just looking at them, you know, not that I want them to include me in their community, but just looking at them, I don't feel that like how I feel it back home. So yeah, Another thing that I don't like in Korea is how the foreigners here treat each other. Now, this is very, very subjective. I don't think that this is the experience of the majority, but I I sense that there's a hierarchy amongst foreigners, right? Where there are people that are more respected, they are more valued because of the countries that they are from, right? Their opinions matter more because of where they are from. And being from Africa, people have stereotypes of how your life is back home, who you are, what you're used to, what your standards are, and all of that. And they will treat you according to those perceptions that they have of you, or those stereotypes, or whatever the case is. And I don't like that, you know. Like I said, there's a hierarchy that nobody talks about, and when you are from Africa, you are at the bottom of that hierarchy. And I don't want to go into detail and tell you guys stories or whatever, because I feel like it's very, like I said, it's a very subjective thing, right? And I don't want to get into the politics of all of that, but it's something that I feel a lot. And Korean people don't make me feel that way. It's something that I experience from other foreigners, where I'm made to feel less than because of the country that I come from. So yeah, that's something that I don't like. And yes, guys, that those are the only things that I don't like. I haven't been here for over a year, so maybe as time goes by, maybe I'll make another video in the future telling you guys more things that I don't like. But for now, those are the only things that I don't like. I'm still very much in the honeymoon phase. Like I said, I haven't finished the year yet, so everything is still lovey-dovey. You know, like everything is great. So yeah, maybe I'll make a video like this 2 years or a year from now. I don't know, because maybe I will have had like the full experience of being here. But for now, those are the things that I find unpleasant about living in South Korea. If you are also in Korea and there are things that you don't like about being here, please comment down below in the comment section, and let's have a discussion about that, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and bye. I'll see you in the next video.